Hello everyone, I have a bunch of movie reviews for you guys for me to give out. I've seen a lot of movies uh, since I haven't uploaded in a while, like at least a month and a half or so. I think my last review would have been Joker at least, but it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep this quick and concise. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4. I got six. I'm here now giving you guys 6 movie reviews of Astra, Zombieland 2, Doctor Sleep, Terminator Dark Fate, The Lion King, this year's Lion King, and Ford versus Ferrari. And I'll do that in that order because that's the way I've seen the films. Actually, no, I saw The Lion King most recently because it's now accessible to the public. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it right now. So, okay, my first review is for Ad Astra. I really thought Ad Astra, of the whole bunch, is one of the more deeper and philosophical films. I love the sci-fi aspect. Brad Pitt, and this movie is going out to, like, this is part of, like, Neptune, I believe, to outset his estranged and very off-vacated father, who's played by Tommy Lee Jones in the film, while back on Earth, he's wrestling with how he's dealing with this great intro scene that's beautifully handled and giving one hell of a sense of vertigo. And his wife in this movie is played briefly by Liv Tyler in a bit of a thankless role, I will admit, but it's nice seeing them together. But I thought it was just a beautifully captivating movie, and when watching movies like this, I always feel like, in my mind, that this is what film is really about. This is all about this visual experience that's taking you all through the motions. And granted, this movie has narration, which I could either make or break certain viewers, but I always find it much more deeper than anything else, because it feels like they're commentating alongside you when you're watching the movie. Either you're deep into the movie or not, either you're pulled out or not. It's always kind of reflecting what you're always going through. And like the last 45 minutes for me are just so engrossing and captivating, and really it's so heart-pounding. I found myself kind of getting over a huge fear of mine, which is of heights. And in space, there's no such thing as height. You're literally adrift. You're in the middle of no sense of gravity in space. And for me, who's very, grounded, that means a huge fear. So seeing that reflected in the film and how he can overcome that with these beautiful type of undertones of abandonment, fear, and loss, and father and son type of attachment, it's a very deep film that I thought the themes and the undertones were very, very strong for. And in my opinion, I thought they were very, very good. Granted, the film's a little long, and you can definitely see the movie and be like, okay, this is kind of like, Apocalypse Now, in the heart of the darkness tone to it, for what is Brad Pitt's actual mission, which I won't spoil, but it's really interesting. And for me, I just really enjoyed it. Sure, it's a bit long to be sure. It's not for everyone. I don't think everyone will love narration type of films like this. But I thought this was a completely engrossing, deep, philosophical film that I thought was really engrossing. And I'm going to give Ad Astra, in my mind, an 88%. Is one of my more favorable films of the year for me. So, yes. Alright, my second review for you guys is the sweet, short, and simple my review of Zombieland 2, and that's because the movie itself is quite like that. Zombieland 2 kind of keeps it sweet and simple and short. It doesn't have much on its mind, although you can kind of see some undertones and some things that kind of go along today within the more right-wing area. But for his oversensitivity on guns and not being too passive about various things, but you can still see how this movie just wants to be a simple sequel that is really fun. And I thought Zombieland 2 is it better than the first one? Because I love the first Zombieland, and I would say I like it as much as I like the first. I think it's just a really simple, really fun movie. Blood and guts, for what it's worth. It's a really fun movie. For the first film, I thought Abigail Breslin and Jesse Eisenberg were the real standouts in that film. I thought in this film, I thought it was Woody Harrelson, and oh my god, I forgot that girl in Pink's name. And the girl in Pink, Zoe Dutch. Oh my good god, she's acting circles around Emma Stone, and I love on the promotional material is like she's on the floor. She's like, hey, I'm the one who actually got an Oscar for I think it was La La Land, I believe, and she's like, there's that, but Zoe Dutch is just acting circles around her, being that type of dumb valley girl, but has some sense of intuition and how to survive like 10 plus years later of like pre-post internet of 2009. I thought Zombieland 2 was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I would give Zombieland 2 a 77%. It's a good pinnacle example of popcorn entertainment. My third review for you guys is Doctor Sleep, a long-awaited sequel for The Shining. Granted, I saw this about 2 weeks ago, and I just saw The Shining for the first time before I saw that. And of course, The Shining, in my opinion, really does hold up. It's one of the great horror movies of all time. It really is great. Stanley Kubrick's direction is superb. Jack Nicholson, amazing. Shelley Duvall, everyone else, just really good. I'm going to say something shocking about Doctor Sleep. I really didn't care for this movie. I thought this movie was a bore. I thought the pacing was overly long. The acting was completely everyone either felt spaced out, dozed off, or at least way too ridiculous in tone. The villain, I forgot what her name, Rebecca Ferguson from the Mission Impossible movies. I thought she was so incredibly silly and hammy and dumb in this movie. Granted, she had some legitimately believable moments, but her connection with Crow Daddy's Zan McCrin's character, whose character's name is Crow Daddy, their dynamic in the film, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna try to get this PG, but I'm like, those two look like they wanted to fuck, and I'm like, okay, let's move along from them, okay? The movie was overly long. I thought the pacing was very odd and jarring. It never once engrossed me. It never once made me feel like I believed in the characters, because I really didn't. And granted, I've never read the book, which probably is to my detriment, but this should be a film first and an adaptation second, instead of doing the other way around. But for me, ultimately, as an audience member, it kind of kept me alienated. It has some legitimately good moments, I thought, which is weird, because I thought moments when Mike Flanagan was kind of reflecting Stanley Kubrick's work. I'm sorry for talking really fast. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes. I'm clearly going to fail. I'm already at 7.5 minutes now. I'm going to fail. But for me, I really thought that it never once pulled me in, and didn't really care much for the characters. There's some good performances. I thought it's weird. As I said, the moments where I thought Mike Flanagan just doing his own thing was really kind of boring, and I didn't care for it all that much. The moments when he was reflecting Stanley Kubrick's dynamics within the hotel they go to in the end, like, that's not a huge spoiler. Don't tell me that is when it isn't. But the moments when he is kind of reflecting Stanley Kubrick's work, I'm like, this is quite fun. I really enjoyed that. I'm really enjoying this now. There's great imagery. There's some legitimately off-putting moments where, seriously, when watching the film within the first 45 minutes, I got no fucking clue for what was happening. I'm not kidding. I was like, what's going on? I got nothing to go through this. But for me, there's some effective moments. I really enjoyed the last 30 minutes, which is, I know it's a lot of people don't like, which is weird, but regardless, that's just my thoughts. I thought Doctor Sleep mostly mixed bag, but somewhat without caring. I'm giving Doctor Sleep a 56%. Alright, my last 3 reviews for you guys. Terminator Dark Fate, huge Terminator fan. I think the first 2 are classics. Terminator Dark Fate takes a bad step in this direction. It does a lot of things wrong. I don't like this movie at all. I thought it was completely numbing of an experience. There's some legitimately fun, good action scenes that I thought were fine, which Tim Miller doesn't know how to do that well and meld it with the weird humor of Linda Hamilton, who gives a good performance in a vacuum in itself. Once you connect it for what happens for this being the true sequel to Terminator 2, then spare me. Fuck you. Like, all these terrible decisions are just so repulsing, and it feels like this took a massive step backwards. It just never felt right to me. The writing was so bit off. Again, I thought Linda Hamilton at times she's really good. There's some lines where I'm like, this is terribly cheesy writing, which of course there's some humor with her and Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I thought was legitimately funny. But I knew that I shouldn't have been laughing, which is very odd. I gotta admit that. It's like, what's going on with this freaking movie? And overall for me, I just Mackenzie Davis. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's running. She's okay. I just Terminator Dark Fate just pissed me off so much. There's so much I didn't like about this movie. My next review for you guys right here right now is the one I've seen the most currently, and it is, like, I literally just watched it yesterday evening, and it is this year's Lion King, directed by Jon Favreau. Quick, short, and promising. Visually looks great, although there's some moments where it does look like it's just in a CGI stage type of environment, but visually it's gorgeous. The CGI, this is maybe some of the best CGI ever made, really, but my glasses are distracting. I'm sorry. They're reflecting in the screen. But there's some people in this movie I thought were really good. I thought John Oliver as Zazu, I thought was really good. I really liked him a lot. I thought Seth Rogen, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner, I believe, and Keegan-Michael Key were all really funny. The movie's more fun, more laid-back moments with Timon and Pumbaa like that were just really silly and flippant and actually not bad within themselves. But it has such stale writing, the undertone. It reminds me so much of good. I think it was Gus Van Sant, or I forgot who directed the Vince Vaughn Psycho remake. Because it's not like it's the worst thing ever, but it's so shockingly shot for shot that you question why it is. And granted, for me at least, when I'm questioning a film's existence purely based on being an adaptation of something else and taking little to no chances, being as safe as possible, and then for me, I'm like, what the hell does it matter then? Beyonce, who should have been a perfect role for Nala, she feels like a glamorized vocal performance, and they really didn't do much for the movie aside from giving it one decent good song. Donald Glover, I thought, was boring as hell as Simba. I thought James Earl Jones was nothing short but a stroke of genius to recast him, but excuse me, I'm tired. I must do the Seth Rogen laugh there. But James Earl Jones, who again should have been an inspiring cast to come back, it feels like he's just kind of doing this to get another paycheck, to capitalize on the second best role aside from Vader. And for me, it's just kind of grated on my nerves. It was so kind of like, especially when you grow up with the classic Lion King right here. And then I'm kind of going, then why the hell is it worth watching them? Why is this worth my time when nothing new is being brought to this? It feels like a shot-for-shot remake, and it just got pissed me off on one of my all-time favorite childhood animated movies. It's just kind of infuriating me. And now my last review of all these, and that is Ford versus Ferrari. Yeah, this is easily the best of all these reviews, aside from being, I would say, this and Ad Astra are probably like just as good as each other in my mind. I thought Ford versus Ferrari was just excellent. Just to make it a little quicker for me, here's what I didn't like about the movie. I do think its length but a little long at times, and I love John Bernthal as an actor, and I thought he was a bit underused. I wish they could have used him more, or in a way to really make him like show him why he is, how good he really is. Show us why he is the freaking Punisher. But it feels like he's this ribbon caster person who's like transitions from Ford to Ferrarri, from Christian Bale to Matt Damon, and I feel like he just got the underhand in this film. And I'm like, oh, come on, give me some more of him. He's so good. But aside from that, I thought this movie was beautifully acted. I thought the writing was superb. The dynamicism between companies and their employees and legacy and influence and how you change these various industries and their bigger names and how you kind of test them and you push them and how you pursue your dreams. And Christian Bale just, once again, steals a freaking movie. He's one of the most enigmatic and beautifully acted actors of our generation. Like, ever since Spielberg's Empire of the Sun, we all just kind of went, who's this kid and why is he so damn good? Why is he so damn good? Why are you so freaking good, young little Christian Bale? And like 30 plus years later, he still impresses me. And I'm almost kind of floored by him every time I see him. Unless it's him doing the Batman voice, then please don't. But he's so damn good. I don't think he's been this good in a movie probably since American Hustle. Matt Damon hasn't been this good in a movie since The Martian. I love the writing. I love the acting. I love the chemistry. I love the last race. Oh my good God, it's so intense and so like personal and built up. There's so many good stakes to it. I love the undertones. I love the themes. I love the messages. It never once felt like it was. And granted, it may not be the most original thing, but it's like just like with that Astra, it's not the most original thing, but it's being told in such a craftful, intelligent, and well-told way that you're so engrossed by the story. And when I saw this movie and I talked to my friend, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna see that as well." I'm like, "See it. Pay your full money for this. This is a worthwhile, really good movie. I'll truly advocate for it. This is an awesome movie. It also is a bit of a big CGI type of movie, but not CGI, but big like blockbuster type of film, but with these greater, deeper philosophical meanings. It kind of marries the two and makes it one of the most standout, most stylized, and cool movies of the year. Think of it as Fast and Furious meets Ocean's 11. And this is what you get, and I love it. I think it's a really good movie. I thought it's one of my personal favorites of the year. So yeah, everyone, that's all my reviews of 6 movies. Shit, that's a ton. So I'm happy to get all that off my chest, and I'll see you in the future for more reviews as always. I'll definitely plan to see both Parasite and The Lighthouse this weekend, so feel free to stick around to see those reviews in the future. As always, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, down below I'll put all of my, whatever, fuck it. Just have a good day. Till then, cheers.